Hello again, Mairéad Seoighe here. Thank you so much for all of the great questions that I received on the Inspiring You initiative. It's been super to see the response. So I'm going to quickly answer a few of them here today. First one is from Ellie from my own club. It's how different is Australian football to Irish football? So the answer to that quick answer would be it's not very different in terms of running patterns and the amount of players on the field and things like that, but one of the biggest things will be the shape of the ball and how it bounces. I suppose that was the hardest one to get used to. I even broke and dislocated my pinky finger in pre-season, so but besides that, I suppose it's more of a stop-start game, whereas with football it'll be more free-flowing and a lot more consistent and constant running. So thanks for that question. Next one is Molly, Ellie's sister. What was it like to play in Croke Park? I suppose the only way to describe it was a dream come true. I loved and embraced and enjoyed every single minute of it, especially in the semi-final, considering the result we got. Disappointing result in the final, but running out onto Croke Park on All-Ireland final day and to hear the cheers of the crowd and see the lights, and it was just phenomenal. And from Jack, how am I so good at scoring goals? Well, Jack, thanks for the question. Practice is the only answer to that one. So when I was younger, I actually used to have football outside, and I'd pick a point on the wall and I'd try and keep hitting that point with the ball, and then I'd change it to another one. And sometimes on a wet day what I would do is wherever the ball hits the wall the first time, I'd try and keep hitting that point. Now, it wasn't the best thing for poor mom and dad's walls, but yeah. And then when you get to the pitch, just spend some extra time picking points in the goal. Try not to hit the middle, because that's where the keeper's going to be or where they extend out to. But yeah, I guess that's the only way. So keep up the practice and you'll get there too. And the next one is from Zara Glenn. Do you think it'd be a good idea for more county football players to travel to national schools to inspire more children? I think it's a great idea, and there are some great initiatives out there already with the Little Football. I know Lucy Hannon from our team and Sinead Burke have been travelling around to schools this year, inspiring girls in secondary schools. And also then a lot of us are actually teachers, so within our own schools, I know personally I try to take the girls for training or give some talks within the school whenever is asked and things like that. So yeah, it's definitely a great idea. Aoife, so training at home, you're wondering, is doing match-like and skills enough to be doing during lockdown at under 12 age? And the answer to that is yes. Just do a little bit often to kind of keep up your touch skills and things like that, so hitting the ball off the wall. I think it's a great opportunity to use both your right and left foot and right and left hand to upskill in that, so when you come back to the pitch you're not trying to train your I suppose your other foot or your other hand to get stronger in that pattern of movement, but just little and often. And also don't forget to give yourself a break, because this lockdown is hard and it's hard not to train in a group setting, so make sure you're not too hard on yourself. Ellen Kane, so how many hours did I train in Melbourne? I trained similar hours to what I was training here at home in Galway. The only difference was I wasn't working a full-time job on top of it. So I trained about 15 hours a week, but then that was assigned time, then did other individual skills outside of that. That was a combination of gym, on-field, meetings, recovery, skills sessions. So it was everything encompassed was all of that time. So most days I trained had 2 or 3 rest days, but on those rest days you might have active rest where you're doing kicking sessions and things like that. How important is club when away from home? So that comes from Ellen as well, Ellen Kane. Great question. To be honest, club is where you all start and where we all start, and it's the most important thing for us. And holding the piece of your roots with you is great. So I had my Clonbur jersey with me all the time in Australia, and I used to wear it when we had heritage nights or anything like that. Has playing Clonbur helped for me as a player? Most definitely. If I never got to play for Clonbur or start with my club, I wouldn't be where I am today in terms of on the county team, getting the opportunity to go to Australia and play abroad. I got to play in loads of different with college teams, schools teams, things like that, but it all started within the club. So definitely get to your club pitches and sign up. So that was great. Thanks for those questions. Aoife, What was it like to be a pro footballer? Well, I suppose it's semi-professional, so some of the girls out there still work part-time, but as us Irish going over, we are on a sports visa, so we mostly just work for the football. It was pretty cool. It was nice to have extra recovery time, so that was, I suppose, the main benefit. But I also found that it was really important to kind of try and get something outside of football that's not just your only focus on every single day. So whether that's time with friends, or maybe babysitting, or making sure that you have time to go like to the movies and switch off, different things like that. So, but it was really, really cool experience. Would I like to play for Galway again? Absolutely. I was dying to get on the pitch when we got home, but unfortunately with COVID-19 I haven't been able to do that. But as soon as we are given the opportunity again, I'll be putting back on that Galway crest, please God. And the last question then, what would I like to achieve in football? And my dream has always been to win All-Ireland with the Galway ladies. So please God, someday that'll come true. Nearly got there last year, but not quite, so we've an unfinished business to do. Thanks for all your questions. Hope to see you all soon.